Okay, one more area that we're going into, which is really exciting. I went up to Dallas last month, met with some Tom Ferry clients or cohorts during the summit. Remember, did you go to the summit?
I didn't go this year.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it was good. And so went up there, but I was also on a mission since I was going to be in Dallas to go look at the properties in McKinney, because I've had clients like you guys ask me, well, what about Dallas McKinney? We've heard so much about it, and then you've got investments in syndications up there, so that's like I said, vibrant community. Problem is McKinney, there's all the lots affordable house, or like affordable under 400,000 are pretty much they're gone. Homes under 400,000. There were a few when I was up there that were in the low 300s, and they all got bought up. Prosper, still pretty expensive. So McKinney, great area, but pretty pricey. Prosper, very pricey. Salina still has opportunities, and that's what I've met with a couple Tom Ferry real estate brokers up there that do this like I do, and so they're helping us with this area. So I got property management as well. Anna's really a neat little town. But it's very vibrant. It's just up and coming, growing, and it's only going to grow because after McKinney, you go to Melissa. After Melissa, you go to Anna, and that's the path of where the affordability is. But that'll change. But what's really amazing is Sherman, Texas. You ever heard of Sherman, Texas? Anybody heard of what's going on in Sherman, Texas? Little town, 50,000 people. Okay.
All semiconductors are coming there, right? Semiconductor industry, right?
Yes. Yeah. So let me jump over. We know McKinney's a great area. We're going to jump up to Texas because Sherman, Texas, because a lot of people don't know about this. Texas Instruments has built and completed a huge wafer chip plant. They're going to be building 4 total. Each one their total investment for Texas Instruments over the next several years is $40 billion. They're building 4 facilities. They're building, and it's all chip manufacturing. Isn't that amazing? They're now bringing the chip manufacturing here. I mean, it's the highest, level chips or whatever. I'm not in the chip industry, but just check it out. Texas Instruments investment. And when you drive by this thing, it's like massive. You got this little town, and you got this thing that's almost as big as the city, and then they're building 4 more just like this, all in the same area. They're all in that area. And that's actually really, I'm excited because, chips run this world, right? It's like, and if Taiwan has control of the chips, we need to make our own chips. And so hats off to Texas Instruments. Global Wafers, $5 billion investment. This building is already there. It's already up and running. And I drove by it and I'm like, wow, what is that? And then we're buying houses right out in here. And there's not much. Yeah.
So is this like a new growing city or town?
Yeah.
Town?
Yeah. It's just south of the Oklahoma border, and it's a quaint little town, but it's just like a little Texas town, but they're predicting 30,000. They're predicting a double the population next 5 years, but they're predicting Texas Instruments predicting 3,000 high tech workers. Global Wafers is going to have 1,000 or 1,500. And then, of course, that supports all the roles. I say for every 1 high-tech worker, it supports 3 jobs, right? So this town is going to blow up, and you can still buy homes in the low 200s here, but not for long. And the rents are extremely high. They're $1,895 for a house that's $230,000. If you look at the inventory, you can go on Zillow. There's just nothing available, and whatever is available is high priced. And so this is an opportunity that because there's limited opportunity. When people find out about it, that the numbers work, and the long-term projections look great. Lennar's in there, D.R. Horton's in there, several small builders. I always watch where Home Depot's building stuff. I watch where Starbucks is going in. I watch where Costco's are going in, and I watch where D.R. Horton and Lennar are building houses, because they've done their research. They've got millions, if not billions of dollars, depending on their research, and they know where to pick these properties. Problem is, in some cases, they weren't able to. D.R. Horton had cut off investors. They wouldn't sell to investors. So that starts to limit the possibilities again. And then Lennar's been investor friendly for quite a while. But I wouldn't invest in every one of these communities because some of them are a little. I'm very picky on. I don't want to drive by a bunch of riffraff, I call it, to get to my new home. So I will not invest if I've got to go through a bunch of stuff to get there that my tenants would have to drive through. So if it's right off the highway, or if it's really in a nice part of town, or it's just a little bit of stuff to get in, I'm okay with that. And I drove through all those areas, and I found, and there's only a few communities to choose from. But this is a deal that I should have bought. 229,000, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square foot. Funny thing, these are the same floor plans as the New Braunfels, San Antonio area, so I'm very familiar with the floor plan. 229,000. That rent for $1,895, $1,900 a month. Those numbers work really well. Tax rate's 2.2. It's got HOAs, $1,000 a year, so $70 a month, and it's, like you said, crazy good deal. So I'm in with the on-site agents, because on-site agents control the inventory. The people that are working on the model homes, I make good friends with them. I treat them really well because they give me the deals. They say, hey, this deal fell out. We need to sell it before the end of the month. Can you send? And I've got buyers that it's a great deal. I mean, like way under market. And that's where we build relationships. Because in Texas, it took me, when I first moved there, I thought my California talent and my hard work ethic was going to make it. It only went so far. It's about being a good old boy. And so, I mean, what's a good old boy? A good old boy is a guy, it's an OG. It's somebody that's been, is networked and has proven that they're good to work with and stuff. So a lot of times my reputation follows me when I come in to meet these on-site agents, because I said, if I come into a neighborhood and I like it, I might sell literally 10 or 12 houses this year in that neighborhood. They're like, yes, sir. So you'll find when I sit down with my clients, like even this weekend, I'll be sitting with clients. I'll call them up and go, it's like they pick up the phone, because it's like there's a deal on this. He wouldn't be calling me if there's not a transaction on this line. So it's great to have a very good responsive agent. One of the things you don't want to do if you're dealing with builders is don't call the online concierge. You go online, you get excited, and a little chat box pops up, says, you want to chat with somebody? Oh, you're thinking about buying a home? Don't do that. We have specific on-site agents that we know, that knows us and we know them, and they know our product and they know our investors. So then, and that's the thing. If you go online and you do the 800 number, you're going to get assigned to somebody who doesn't know me, who doesn't know the system, doesn't know what our product is. So just call me when you're interested, and we'll get you lined up with the on-site agents who are advocates, and they become good friends, and we work well together. So that's kind of the opportunities. We've covered a lot of territory from San Antonio all the way. I mean, that's a 6-hour drive from San Antonio all the way to Sherman, Texas. But I made it easy because I've gone, where does it really make sense? Where does it not make sense? Where do I want to stay out of? Where do I want to go into? And it's a big responsibility. A gentleman named Ghana met with me yesterday here. He bought several properties from me. He's happy with what he's doing. And he brought his father-in-law in. And he just came in from India from 6 months ago. I just moved here. And he's got cash, but of course he doesn't have the credit and all this kind of stuff. So I sat down with him, and he's up there in age, but he still likes real estate, wants to buy, and he was buying for long-term, well, to give to his kids someday. And so he's introduced me to his father-in-law, and I mean, the high level of responsibility for me to make sure that he gets the right property in the right area. And that's kind of where I build my network here, is that if I do a good job for my client, then that's how we got to know each other, is they're going to tell their friends, they're going to tell their 2 friends, and that's why I don't really have to do a lot of lead generation and clients. I work my referral network right here in the Bay Area, because you've got way too much equity here, and a lot of people don't know what to do with it. A lot of accredited investors like, where do I invest? I'm given an opportunity to diversify into hard assets, long-term, proven stuff that over the years, as long as you pick right, you're going to do really well. So you guys, this is my card here. It's got the resource page, has all the stuff that we kind of went over. It's got the inventory list, this webinar slide deck. The webinar replay from this presentation from 2 weeks ago. So if you want to share it with somebody, say, yeah, I couldn't make it. And I'll have this video up there, hopefully by the end of the day or tomorrow at the latest, so that'll be on this, the Kenn's resources page. So And then ways to connect with me. So if you have anybody, if you're you or anybody that your network here, I'll be here through Monday to just meet and greet and sit down, and have a conversation, have coffee, and talk about real estate. And then also on Monday, I'm meeting with Carolyn Hobbs. And she's an agent here. She's a very agent. I'm sorry, it wasn't Compass. It was real. I'm sorry, it's just Carolyn Hobbs, because I recognize her name because I have a good friend named Don Hobbs. But I'm meeting with her tomorrow with a client that's selling a $1.5 million house to 1031 out. And that's how the referral kind of is working. And then she also has got, she wants to buy a primary residence. So this is where we're like, okay, I'm looking to network with agents as well, because you have your network of people. And I like to have meaningful conversations with my clients, but I also like to have a network of clients that have you ever thought of? Like, I hope, this may not be for you, but, I met this guy Kenn out here, and he's doing really good at building portfolios of property and saving on taxes, helping, so the neat thing about, the big problem obviously with high income people is the income taxes. You guys up over 50% of your income going to IRS in the state of California. Your real estate it can certainly help you defer a lot of those or shelter a lot of it. And we have a whole presentation on how to shelter your property, how properties can shelter your income, including even your ordinary income. It's for a longer conversation we can have when we get together face to face. But it's the tax benefits, the appreciation, the mortgage buy down over time, the liquidity. It's not liquid like the stock market, but that's why we're here, is because another gentleman yesterday, he works for a high tech company. He goes, I think I have to vest this in November. I have to take this money out in November. I think I want to take some chips off the table. And I said, okay, great. Let's go ahead and let's look at doing some investing. And he's happy. I said, if you wait, it could go. It drops quick. Right? How much did it drop in? 8% since its peak of a few days ago. So it's a heart monitor for me. I can't handle the stock market. Anyways, I know I went over on my time, but I really appreciate you guys. Yeah.
Two questions. One,
Yeah.
out of the